Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tevaron here. Today we're going to be playing a game that is an old school point and click adventure. Quest for Glory is the title. Originally, when it was released in 1989, it was called So You Want to Be a Hero. At that time, it was EGA Graphics. They did an upgrade to VGA Graphics and re-released it in 1992. And at that time, they changed the name to Quest for Glory. That is the version that we're going to be playing today. I'll insert some of the EGA graphics just so you can see the difference. But we are going to be playing the VGA version because it's a little bit better gameplay. They go away from the text parser. You no longer have to type in what you're going to do and use a verb bar. And we'll get into that, and I'll show you what all that's about once we get in there. This game is by Sierra, or at the time, as it was known at the time, Sierra Online. Some of you may recall seeing in the past couple of years that Sierra Studios, once defunct, is supposed to be making a comeback and making some more adventure games. Now, one of the reasons that the Quest for Glory series is dear to me, though I haven't played any of the games in quite a number of years, is that they mix adventure elements with RPG elements, as you'll soon see. You have a choice of characters, classes. You have fighter, mage, and thief. We'll look at the fighter real quick. As you can see, we have stats, strength, intelligence, agility, vitality, and luck. We also have skills. As you can see, the fighter does not have any magic, stealth, pick locks, or climbing. He does have a bit of everything else, with weapon use being his most advanced skill. You also have some points down here at the bottom that you can use to improve what skills and stats that you have. Also, you can spend 15 of those points to open a new skill that you didn't have previously. There you go, just like that. Or, as I said, you can improve the skills that you already have at 5 points a pop. But we're not going to be playing a fighter. We are going to be playing a thief, because your stats and abilities play a role in the things that you can do within the game. A fighter might be able to do quests that a mage couldn't do, and vice versa. However, what's special about the thief is that while they're not great at anything, as you can see, highest abilities are 10s here, they have enough skills that I can add magic and parry, and now I have a bit of everything, with 20 points left over to improve some things. So I'll go ahead and improve magic, throwing, climbing, and a bit more magic, since that's actually the hardest skill to raise in the game as a thief. But now we'll be able to pretty much do everything that there is to do within the game. Get started here. The backstory to this game, if I remember correctly, is that you have just finished a course through a correspondence school to be an adventurer. In the original, released in '89, I believe it was to be a hero, but they changed it to Adventurers Correspondence School with the re-release. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person, smoking a pipe, looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the awful accents and voices that I'm about to subject you to. Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. Thank you very much, Sheriff. At the top here, we can see the verb bar, which I was alluding to before. This icon lets you walk. The eye, as you might guess, lets you look at things. The hand allows you to interact with objects and pick things up. The mouth is for conversating with NPCs. This icon here gives you access to a number of things: walk, run, stealth, sleep, time of day, our character portrait. It gives us access to our character sheet, which shows our stats and abilities, and these numbers will change throughout the game. In the case of stats and skills, they will go up as we use them. Health, stamina, magic will also increase, but they can also go down for the moment as we use them. And the nice thing is, whenever you come back into the character sheet, anything that has changed will be red to let you know that there has been a change. And this icon here is magic. And even though I gave us some magic, we don't actually know any spells yet, so we don't have access to that. This right here shows what we have selected from our inventory, which is here. Right now we have gold. We have 4 gold and 10 silver pieces, and I believe in this game 10 silver actually equals 1 gold, though I'm not really for sure on that. As you can see, we have a weight because that is relevant. The amount we can carry without being encumbered is based upon our strength. We have 5 food rations, a leather jerkin, a dagger, and a lockpick. And I'm going to change the speed because, as you can see, we walk rather slowly. That's going to get frustrating if we keep that up. So I'll go ahead and raise the detail as well, although I've never really seen that it does anything to help. But the raising the speed does help quite a bit. And we'll do a save. I actually recommend having multiple saves in these old school adventure games because there are instances in some games where you can make a mistake and get stuck and be unable to proceed. So it's always nice to have a previous save that you can go back to, so that you can keep going forward in progress and not have to start the game completely over. Oh, Watto's going nuts there. Alright, let's talk to these gentlemen. Tell me about the town. This town was named after the barons of Spielberg. It used to be a lively place before the brigands came and drove all the business away. You can find a place to stay at the inn next door. You can learn about jobs available at the guild hall down the street. If you are interested in magic, you should visit the magic shop. There is still plenty to do and see here in Spielberg. That's interesting, because in the real world, nobles, barons, dukes, and so on and so forth are usually their titles are usually named after the area that they're given to be nobles of, like the Duke of York or the Baron of such and such. But in this game, they say that the town's named after the Baron, which is okay. It's just unusual. Tell me about the Baron. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at his castle north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years. Alright. What about magic? Just next to the inn is a small magic shop. The owner, Zara, will let you in if you have some abilities in that area. She's a strange one, alright. Alright. And the inn. Go talk to the innkeeper. He will help you there. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. The guild hall. The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a good place to start. Thank you. Something else. You mentioned monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them. Okay. And who is Wolfgang? Wolfgang, down at the guild hall, is the one to talk to about... Yeah, you said that already. So he's at the guild hall. Something else. How about those brigands? There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed the merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. Okay. Who's this merchant they robbed? The one who was robbed? He's staying at the inn, I believe. Okay, we'll have to check that out then for sure. And we know about the inn. What sort of treasure? Obtaining treasure involves putting yourself in danger. If you're brave, foolish, or lucky, you might get some treasure. And I do apologize for that engine noise outside. Alright, yeah, we know about danger, and that's enough already. Can we talk to Otto? I don't believe we can. No, we get no response. Otto's not much of a conversationalist. Well, let's do a little bit more exploring here. I believe this is the inn. Yes, the sign reads Hero's Tale Inn. We'll go in there. Ah, a Catman. Catman! Welcome, welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin, at your service. May you find what you seek here. Thank you. Where? Very good food, very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest. You will be served by my Shima. Well, I certainly hope your Shima is another person and not something else. Yes, who is Shima? Shima is my beloved, and she can cook and keep an inn as few others. Good. I was worried there for a minute. When she dances, there is true magic. If we ever return to Shapir, then she will again dance. Sounds good. I hope that happens for you. Yes, what about this merchant? My friend Abdullah is recovering from his robbery last week. He should be here around supper time. Okay, what time is it right now? Midday. Okay, so we'll come back here around supper time and see if we can't find the merchant. And we'll just continue to explore in the meantime. Alright. The eye over the magic shop door seems to be watching you. Yes, it does. Follows us where we go. Okay. And what's this? This looks like a nice, neat house. Nice, neat little house. There is a grandmotherly little old lady rocking on the front porch. Well, what about her? She's the only sane person here. At least she's not off her rocker. Puns. Can we speak with her? She's really sleeping soundly and doesn't notice your presence. Zzz. Zzz. Okay. So we're not going to talk to her. Let's go in the magic shop. We need to get a spell so that we can actually do some magic. And what's neat about this game is pretty much everything in the background you can click on, it'll tell you something about it. You see a wide variety of arcane objects. For example, scrolls covered with mysterious symbols and arcane incantations. Okay? An ancient balance scale. Zara thinks it will help her maintain a sense of balance. Okay. You see a wide variety of arcane objects, for example, a toaster oven. Very rarely used. Electricity hasn't been invented yet. And it looks like a sculpture of some weird bat-winged creature. Just between you and me, I don't think that's a sculpture. Yeah, I think it's actually a gargoyle. Hello. I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. Well, that's me. I'm great at sleight of hand, making things disappear and reappear inside my pockets. So, what can you tell me about magic? If you have the skill of magic, you can learn the way to cast spells by reading magical scrolls. Without the skill, you have no power. The more you practice spellcasting, the greater you shall become. Sounds good to me. What about Damiano there? Damiano is both my familiar and my friend. We share our lives and our magic. So he's her familiar. Okay then, let's see if we can buy something. In this game you do that by clicking your money bag on the person. And we're going to buy the cheapest spell, Open, because we don't actually need any of the more powerful spells yet. And we can cast the Open spell even if there's nothing to actually open in the area. That will just let us raise our magic. And we don't need any of the potions yet either. As you read the spell scroll, the spell is ingrained in your mind. Nice. Can we... Yes. We have access to our magic menu. Your spells don't seem to work here. That's right. You can't use magic inside town. So, we'll go outside just for a second. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You are really on your own now in a very dangerous place. We'll be careful. It'll be okay. And we'll cast Open. Ding! Click. And we'll cast it a few times. Ding! Click. Ding! Click. One more time. Ding! Click. Alright, let's look at our character sheet and see what's happened. Aha! Our magic has increased to 16. Our experience is now at 4. Our stamina and magic points both went down because we're a little bit tired from spell casting. But that's nice. And we'll go on and explore a bit more. And we always do this little animation when we come into town. Have to wait for that to finish. This is the guild hall, I believe, even though the words are a bit difficult to make out. Judging from what the sign says, the building at the end of the street is the guild hall. Okay. We'll enter. You enter the Adventurers Guild Hall. That's what I just said. Alright. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, Saurus, Troll, Griffin, Dragon, Cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. Alright. You see a registration book on the table and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring, and the guildmaster's name was Wolfgang, I believe. I think that's what they said. Let's look at some of these monster heads. You never saw a purple Saurus before you came to Spielberg, but it looks like a really stupid monster. Okay. The plaque reads, Saurus, slain by Hans Halfwitten. Okay, I think that the Slayer might have been a little bit on the slow side as well with that name. The plaque under the moose says, courtesy of the Sierra Online Prop Department. Studio references. This crossbreed of eagle and lion could have torn a man apart when it was alive. The plaque reads, Griffin, slain by Wolfgang Abentur. And I'm probably wrong, but this has always seemed to me like it may be an archaic spelling and or pronunciation of adventurer. I'm not sure about that though. And what's this? Looks like it must have been a particularly nasty troll. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark forest. I mean, we're a hero, aren't we? The plaque reads, Troll, slain by Wolfgang Abentur. Wolfgang seems to do a lot of monster slaying. And is this a dragon? Even in death, this monster remains awesome. The plaque reads, Dragon, slain by Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Well, looks like the Baron is in the monster slaying business as well. The head is like a panther's, but with a strong human-like quality. It is still rather frightening. The plaque reads, Cheetar, slain by Wolfgang Abentur. So, it's like a centaur, except a cheetah, or a minotaur, except a cheetah. I'm not sure about that. This is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything quite like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp, slain by two guys from Andromeda. And that's a reference to another series by Sierra Studios. Two guys from Andromeda, I believe, made the Space Quest games. Alright, let's look at the Adventurer's Logbook here. This entry was made several years ago. It says, Baronet Barnard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. I believe there's other things in here as well. The other pages record the exploits of the great adventurers of Spielberg's past. The names Wolfgang Abenteuer and Baron von Spielberg appear most often. Okay. Anything else? The remaining pages are blank, awaiting further tales of adventure. Well, we'll try to fill them up ourselves then. On the table is an old but ornate leather-bound book. There is also a quill pen in the ink bottle. Well, let's sign our name to the book. You sign your name into the Adventurer's Logbook with a flourish. And let's look at old Wolfgang here. Well, that's what we read before. It looks like this old guildmaster doesn't do much adventuring anymore. Still, he looks like he was plenty tough enough in his day, and he has probably many a tale to tell. Alright. Hello? The guildmaster appears to be hard of hearing. Perhaps you should get closer. Okay. Ach! I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. It is so seldom that we have no adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed. Cursed, you say? Yes, as I was saying. Where were we? Cursed. Yes, cursed. Yeah. With the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters, and now the brigands, it has just been one thing after another. Okay, then. And I believe Baba Yaga is from mythology, maybe Russian mythology, an ogress. Anyway, we'll continue this next time. If you've enjoyed this, feel free to hit that like button. It really does help. And feel free to subscribe also. In any event, we'll be back next time with episode 2 of Quest for Glory. Maybe we'll actually get into some monster killing and slaying. In any event, we'll be doing a lot of exploring. Until next time,